Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
And I'm Tubby Radcliffe.
And I'm Raffy Radcliffe.
And today we're doing a chaotic unboxing of Zombicide White Death, as well as the Frozen Fortress, the stretch goals. These are the stretch goals. Stretch goals, that's all it is. Anyways, this is going to be an unboxing split into two parts. And by two parts, I'm probably putting them in the same video. But I mean there's going to be a part one and a part two. Part one is with these guys, for the sake of getting all the fun little stuff out of the way. And part two is I'm going to do all the rest of the boxes in part two. But again, same video, not a different video, just... same video, just part one with the kiddos and part one with part two without the kiddos. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and open these boxes.
We have two more of these boxes.
I think it's more than that. There's more than that. It's all the extra
yeah,
add-ons.
but we still have some of it.
We've been waiting 5 years for this to come.
Actually, we have some of it here already.
It does feel like they've been waiting a while for White Death. Rafiki.
Can I show you how?
Go ahead, show me.
Ta-ta!
Oh yes, so this, what Rafiki's talking about, is over here on the back of the box. It's showing you the compatible sets. That White Death is compatible with Black Death and Green Horde, of which I have all of that. So this is compatible.
Yeah, now we have lots of this.
Do you know what compatible means?
What?
It means that it goes together with. So you can use all those sets together. You can mix and match.
Yep. And I didn't have to wait for a long time because we already had some.
Yes, you've been waiting for this since you were way too young. Wait 1 second. Maybe just went to the top camera.
I'm gonna open the box.
So this is what the box over here looks like. Nothing too fancy because this is the box within a box. But then underneath we have the boards, which we're going to go through the boards shortly. So we're going to go through the boards. And I should note, this is the chaotic unboxing. It is what it is when you're here for these kinds of unboxings. So hope you signed up. Oh, where's my knife? I should leave my knife around, kids. Hope you signed up for the show. We're basically going to be going through all the core box and stretch goals of Zombicide White Death. Are you trying to open that?
Yep.
So turn it around. I think turn it around. 1 second, let me make sure. Yeah, turn it around. Okay, now pull up below. There we go. Yep. Okay. Let me slowly close the knife every single time I open it because I think that's just safer at this point. But yeah, White Death is one that I have been waiting a long time for.
Me too.
You've been waiting so much more than I have.
Yeah.
You've been excited and asking for it all the time, and it finally showed up, and you were like, immediately, he's like, we have to play with it. And I was like, well, we have to unbox it first. And he's like, we have to play with it. I was like, why don't we do both? So Rafiki, look at the walls. Look at the wall. That's a wall. That's a wall tile. There's going to be a wall tile over here.
Yeah, but we didn't have the walls yet.
I don't think there actually are real walls, unfortunately. I don't. We can check. We can see what happens.
They were all you saw the making.
I'll have to look at the campaign page. Honestly, it's been so long that I don't remember. But this is from Simon. Simon in general. But you remember from the video, right? And the video doesn't necessarily mean that there actually are the walls or not.
Yeah, and I also remember from the picture.
Okay, we'll take a look. We'll take a look and go through it. But these are definitely very cool.
The making.
Gotcha. But anyways, White Death is the newest version of the Zombicide Black Plague series. This is the only Zombicide I haven't played. I think. Is that true? I think that's true. At least from the newer ones. Meaning I've had a chance to play some of the ones that are in the future. Like I've played Deceased, the full one, not just the small retail version. But this one I missed. I wasn't covering Simon stuff in advance yet, and I haven't caught up from actually getting them. So this is the only Zombicide game that I haven't really played for the newer stuff. That's got tape on it.
I'd call the White Death out of these plagues a mix of the actual plague White Death, smallpox, and influenza.
I knew that was there.
Do you remember what this is?
Yep.
This is the
frog.
stuff. Yeah, the abomination spreads this as they go.
Abomination.
Yeah, also because it's the bombs.
Yeah. Right.
It's a bomb.
So,
that's a nation.
I don't know the differences from this and regular. These are just like tiles, like me spreading across the map. So you have your map tile, and then as the abomination wanders, he's spreading his mist in different ways. Which is similar then to Invader. If you've played Invader,
It's
what is
them.
it?
It's all of them.
It's all of them. It's cool.
Yeah, there are more of these guys.
Oh, we're making a mess. Okay.
This kind of mess.
Let me put this back in the box. Is that the abomination?
Archers.
Okay. So we got some archers over there.
I also have an archer now.
If we're doing zoom in shots, let's actually go ahead and properly zoom in.
The video,
So we're gonna fully zoom in.
the archer suit.
You can put your hand over here, like over here. You gotta reach over here.
I'm gonna show them every kind.
Archer.
Are you showing the camera? Okay, you want to put your hand over here. Look where my hand is. Put your hand over here. So this is where you want to hold your hand when you're
Whatever
showing
these things are.
various guys, various stuff. So
Now let's show this kind.
this one definitely has very strong Asian influences
Smash.
as far as the theme of it. It had a lot of more Middle Eastern stuff going on in the Black Plague, in the White Death.
Heroes that
your
aren't
hand.
actually characters.
Alright, now next kind.
You trying to show all your guys? Okay.
Now,
Biggie ball.
let's show them this.
So we do that. Look, so you want to hold it still until it focuses. So wait, hold it still until it focuses, then you can turn it. So in general, yeah, exactly like that. So I always hold my hand still.
Smash.
It is Hulk smash to a degree, but not actually. All right, let me go ahead. Can I show them some of these characters? And then as I show them, I'll give them to you guys to play with. We got the usual things you'd expect to see from a Zombicide game, like all the various tokens for these. We're gonna toss stuff to the side because I don't really care because they're the normal stuff. I'll show you a bunch of these miniatures, and as I do, well, okay, no, it's got. Can I open that? Give me 2 minutes and I'll open that. Okay.
There are also big guys under it.
We're gonna toss this onto the floor over here, and we'll put this over here like so. Alright, so we got the big guy. This is the big abomination that's going to be wandering around the board. There's going to be more in our stretch goals box. Generally, when it comes to Zombicide, base game Zombicides aren't that exciting to go through. They're very basic as far as what it offers.
Tavi, did you know there's a sorceress?
What you do want is you want the stretch goals and the other optional buys to expand it outwards.
This guy made
If I had enough money, I would buy hundreds of Zombicide boxes and put them all on one big table and make hundreds of zombie hordes come at one person.
Tavi?
Tavi's in the middle of talking. You gotta wait till he's finished talking, buddy.
Tavi?
Yes?
This guy made this is the sorceress of the zombies.
Who makes the fog?
Him! He makes the fog.
He makes the fog? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's focusing, difficulty focusing. Why is it not? Oh, I think the stuff in the background is making it hard
This
to
is
focus.
my favorite guy. This is my favorite guy.
Stuff in the background.
We're gonna come back to that box in a second.
This is my favorite guy.
Can I show them all to everyone? And then I'll give them to you as I show them.
I'm guessing you're like this fox one.
Oh, what was that? Oh, you knocked a bunch of things over?
A bunch of thingy spells.
Okay. Well, we can pick it all up
Even
later.
guys on the floor. Guys on the floor.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get the guys in a second. Hey, pass me that guy because I want to show everyone.
He's a fox.
It's a fox? Oh my gosh! I forgot about that. I forgot that this game had a lot of animals as the various characters. So lots of animals were playing as the heroes. What are you doing with
I'd make animals the enemies, not just heroes, like a Zombicide in the jungle.
That's the guy.
Okay.
Please make Zombicide in the jungle where a bunch of Zombicide animals are coming for you.
Zombicide in the jungle. That could be fun. I've always wanted Zombicide pirates, but I don't know if we'll ever get it. But
Wait, that's real?
No. There's no real. There's no Zombicide pirates. I always wanted a Zombicide pirates, and they didn't.
Can I say what I wanted? Zombicide ninjas. That would be a great one.
That would be a great one. Okay, let me go ahead and figure out
And
what we're doing here.
Zombicide military.
If there was Zombicide pirates, I would add Captain Jack Sparrow.
This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay, we're gonna show you a few different sculpts here, not everything, but I'm gonna show you a handful. Sculpts. So when you have different, you know how there's different poses. So every different pose.
Also down the other poses on the other one.
Different poses are called sculpts. This is chaos. Okay.
Chaos.
I'm gonna put this over here like so, and you can grab what you need. I'm just gonna show some people a few general Zombicide miniature sculpts over here. We might show you cards. We'll see. This is like apparently it's a miniature day today. So we got these over here as far as these miniatures go.
Yeah.
Wait, do you take my miniatures? You do not. Okay, good. We got these as some more miniatures. And we'll show you the stretch goals in a second. But yeah, this is, again, I don't know the gameplay differences. I'm going to hope to play this as soon as I can because I don't know when this unboxing goes up. But I'd love to have some base game review coverage. The expansion stuff always takes so long to get into. But the base game stuff should be fun to get into pretty easily. Oh, I love this guy. Oh my gosh.
If there was a Zombicide I could think of that people would make, it would be Zombicide in Ohio.
Zombicide in Ohio is probably one of the worst selling Zombicides that they have. Because that only appeals to people who are in Ohio, right?
I think I have a good one. Zombicide Night.
Yeah, but Zombicide in Ohio, a lot on YouTube people say like Ohio's the worst place to live.
Do they?
Yes.
Who's all the people on YouTube who says Ohio is the worst place to live? This is
I
the
don't
propaganda coming out of this house. Do you like living in Ohio?
Yes.
Is it the best place to live?
I don't know. I haven't lived anywhere else.
That's gonna be. I thought you might say yes. I was gonna be like, how did you know? But you caught me.
Here's the sorceress of the zombie.
Okay.
And you have more zombies.
We're getting all this stuff soon. 1 second. Sorry, this tape.
Zombies.
I supposed to use my knife, but
Stuff, and more stuff.
the problem is because the kids are here, I'm like pulling out my knife to drop less, and I don't want to leave it open on the table because that feels like an irresponsible thing for a parent to do. So we're not gonna do
It's
that.
the most responsible thing to do.
Leaving my knife on the table for you to play
Yeah,
with.
the worst we could do is commit suicide.
Look, that's me, good guy.
Yippee!
How about we tune it down for the video?
Okay.
How about we tune it just to drop down for the video? This is my dark son, for the record. We don't talk about this because I have videos, but he's
And
the
the
dark
light
one.
sun. And yours the fox one. And the light.
But anyways, oh, you're fine. Just tune down the darkness. Just tune down the darkness just a tad. Okay. Okay, this is not happening. This is not happening. You gotta be kidding me. I thought I took off all the tape. I thought I took it off. There's like another piece of tape over here. We're gonna go through this over here.
Just gotta put all the people on the zombies being zombified.
Okay.
I like Zombicide because it's dark. Enough.
Not that dark.
It's more tape. I'm like losing my mind over here. This is becoming. Okay, we're gonna take the knife again. We're just gonna do the knife. This is like I took off another one. We're gonna leave the knife. Well, the next one. We only got one more box to go through. That's the good news. That's why there's a specific reason why I kept this localized. The last time I tried doing a giant unboxing with these guys, I think was Massive Darkness, if I recall correctly.
Man, I wish I could do Massive Darkness.
And it was a lot of boxes. It was a lot of boxes.
I can't remember what's Massive Darkness.
I can show you it. You'd remember that way. But oh my gosh, these guys are cool. So we're gonna show you some stuff. No. I'm gonna go through them and show them. No. I'm gonna go through and show them, and I'll hand them to you as I do. Okay?
Me too.
So if you want a specific one, hand it to me so I can show it to you.
The view.
And then give it. Yes. Okay. Go ahead. What are you showing? Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. We got this guy. I like the shield guy.
I have 2 of them to show.
Okay. Go ahead. Show yours. Here. We got to show them over here. Okay.
I give them to you though.
These are these miniatures over here.
I'm showing you once again the dude that I am doing. I call him Foxy Spear Dude. Guy.
Okay.
Yes.
Rafiki, you've got to move your hands closer to the camera. That's the only problem. So you gotta get closer that way. Okay.
I'm gonna find some more for you stuff.
There we go. Hey, Tavi, you put your
This is
camera.
a queen.
So Tavi, try holding it with your fingers. See what I'm doing over here, like this? Look at my hand. You see my hand?
Yep.
Try holding it like this with your fingers.
This is a queen with a scroll and a
let it
sword.
focus.
So I'm calling her
Okay.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary works.
One that killed thousands of people.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
The stuff I learned. I learned that Ohio is apparently the worst place to live, and Bloody Mary killed thousands of people. I just thought Bloody Mary
Ohio
was an
isn't
alcoholic
actually
drink.
the worst place to live.
There is a video you should watch. It's very funny. It's the Cleveland tourism video. There's 2 parts to it. Watch both parts in order. Totally worth your time.
Is it bad?
No, it's just funny. I'll show it to you if you want.
I have more guys for you to show.
Okay, go ahead. Show that. Okay.
You show them.
We have a whole other box to go through here, so this is still going to take a while. Even though it's going to be like the short part.
I have found a zombie good guy. Zombie good guy.
Cool. I like this guy. Oh, this guy's got cool. Look at this gun. You like him?
Yeah.
Okay, show him.
I
look at his hair.
saw him already. He's a bandit.
He does look like a bandit. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Look, this guy over here. This one I like a lot. This one. I like the gun, the posing
this one I
down.
like a lot.
This one's got like the hair thing going on. No idea what's going on there.
This one I like a lot.
Let me
I
see.
know what's going on. It's a worldwide zombie invasion here to kill all
This
the
is going to
heroes.
be another hero for you to go through over here. So another hero to take a look at.
This frog thing.
Yeah, I like this one. I always like when they throw in the big heroes that are just like a little different. So you have something like a little different than your
Tavi,
usual.
there are more guys.
I'm making an animal army. Bye-bye, regular
That makes
heroes.
sense. Can you move the regular heroes? You put them under the camera. It's making it hard to focus. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Not animal.
Don't worry. And soon enough we'll be done with part 1. And then you'll be able to play with all these on the table.
We see.
Animal.
You saw.
Non-animal, non-animal.
Okay.
Not animal. Not animal.
This one.
Not
Okay,
animal.
this one's an animal. It's a monkey.
Monkey.
It's a monkey. Do you see a monkey?
Found more animals.
Not
Found
animal,
more
but close
animals.
enough.
More animals, Tavi.
Okay. Let me grab some more stuff. Where's the
Not
monkey? I need
animal.
to show people the monkey.
Monkey. Nope, monkey.
Oh, and this one's cool. I'll show you this one in a second, but this monkey. So we got the monkey over here. I'm pretty sure it's a monkey. I haven't looked fully, but like it does look to be very monkey-ish.
Animal.
And then we got this one over here, which is like this one's like
Animal.
almost like very haunted-ish, like very I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. Again, we're gonna go through all the abominations, the big miniatures over there shortly, but we got this. Yeah, it is hard to tell. The good news is we have all these cards, so we can play the fun game of like find the matching artwork easily enough as well. Yeah, that's what we got there. And then we got a few more. There's a lot of miniatures. These are all the heroes. Like in case you were playing Black Plague and you thought you had too many heroes, you have more now because you can mix and match these with your previous set.
Yeah.
Because you know those giant bags full of these guys that I have? These are more now. Miniature quality is pretty decent. Again, in general, I think Simon's been in a similar place the past few years. No, we are not getting into the boxes right now. because that would be such a mess for me to clean up that I'm not going to do right now.
Can we do that in Zombicide?
We can do that later, but right now, yes, absolutely. We can do it later. For today, you're going to start by playing just with White Death, okay?
But Abba, isn't making a mess for the parents one of the things a child can do?
Yes, small messes I will take care of right now. Large messes have to be dedicated playtime. But also, nice job at the emotional manipulation.
Emotional manipulation?
Do you know what emotional manipulation is?
Yes,
I
think.
Were you trying to engage in that?
No.
So emotional manipulation, okay, can you move back a second? Because I'm about to cut with this and I don't want to, even though I'm trying to be controlled.
Cut off my hand?
Let's tune down the darkness, I said.
But that's not too dark.
Let's tune down the darkness.
Ooh, I like these big guys.
But yeah, the emotional manipulation is the part where you try to make me feel guilty. Being like, isn't making a mess part of the job? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? And at that, the only reasonable answer is, go to your room. Anyways, let's go ahead and open this box.
White room or bedroom?
Whichever one you want. This one's actually a good one.
White room, okay. Don't mention
One second. Okay, we have more heroes to go through over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Animal?
Let me just, before we do this, let me just show them this at least so they can see. Hands, no, put it back.
Wait, I'm gonna show it.
No.
Can I show it?
No, put it back.
Why can't I show
Because
it?
I'm gonna first show this general.
But
and
it's
then,
Monkey King.
And then you can show the rest. So I'm gonna do this like this. See? That way you can kind of look through all of these if you want to see them. And then we're gonna show you a bunch of these heroes. Because honestly, I've shown you so many heroes that at this point we're not gonna show you everything. Now you can go ahead and show that one. You can pick whichever one you want. I'm gonna pick some of my favorites over here. You show me?
Monkey King.
Okay, but while you're doing that,
It's
we're gonna
Monkey King.
Look, it's Poe.
Monkey King, whap, 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 whap.
Do you guys know who Poe is?
With stick thing.
Who's Poe?
Poe is from Kung Fu Monkey.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu
No, here, you
Monkey.
see?
I know.
There you go.
Look at I got it, guys, to see.
Wait, this is evil Poe. This is evil
No,
Poe.
show. Put your hand out. There we go. Okay.
Look at him. Animal
Hand out.
copy. Sorry, can I
This
see
guy
my
over here, I like the very Raiden. This is very Raiden. Do you know what Raiden is? You should know
Evil-
Raiden. You know
It's
Raiden
evil
is?
Poe. Look at his face.
Yeah. Okay. No. We're not going to bomb yet. No, not yet.
But they're big.
Do you know Raiden?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yoda beat me with him all the time in Injustice.
Who does this look like?
Raiden.
There we go. Enjoy
Can I
Raiden.
see him? Can I see him?
But he's not animal. He's God.
Yeah. Do we have more animals? I don't know if we do. There's
That's
got to
not
be more animals here.
animal.
Oh, look. That's definitely an animal.
Animal? Yep, I saw her. But
Demon! I found demon!
Okay. All right. Now we're
Demon
going to go through
is
some
close
of
enough to
the
animal.
various other stuff you can. Oh, this is so cool. I love it. Look at that. Is it cool? Look, I'm gonna show you this one. Okay. I'm gonna show you this one over here with the giant hands, like the giant hands, the table, like they're playing a dual keyboard together. I love it. It's cool. You see
Ooh,
this,
I
Tommy?
love this guy.
Look at this one. I'm gonna show you this one over here. This is another one of these miniatures over here.
Ooh, he looks like a demon.
I showed them that one already.
I know.
Oh, you want to show it
A
again?
Chinese
So move
demon.
over here.
Chinese demon.
The dual
Abba,
demon
Chinese
thing
demon.
does music, and then
Chinese
while you're
demon.
listening
Chinese
to
demon,
it,
cool.
it with its giant hands, it grabs you. Then the two things eat you.
Yeah, sounds about right. See, that's the appropriate level of darkness. We're okay with that level of darkness.
But
Nope. There's no but. That's the appropriate level of darkness.
Abba.
Okay, let's go to the
evil
next.
clown
Oh,
thing.
show them this one more. Then we're gonna go to the next one. Okay. So this is the last one we're gonna show you over here, and then we're gonna go to the next level, which is gonna be a whole other layer of stuff to go through. So,
Whoa.
here, one second. Let's put this over here like so. Put this over here. These are all. Oh no.
Can
We
I
have,
show them the
we
demons?
have to go through these ones slowly because
Let
these
me
are all
show
the
the
big ones.
demons.
Go ahead, show what you want. All
I
right.
can show this
Show-
one. Can I
So
show
this is the evil demon.
Okay, so you want
Me
the
too.
Okay,
hand
so
underneath
this
start
one.
focuses. There we go.
This one
This
looks
is
so
the evil demon, the zombie
That's
one,
last.
and then
Oh,
this.
so big.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the demon, the good one.
All right, so I'm gonna show you these in order of just in general order here. So, okay, pull back a bit, pull back. Okay, back.
Yeah.
Guys, back, hands back. We're gonna go ahead and show you this one over here first.
Mm,
This one is gonna be some kind of alien. Honestly, I don't think this is that cool. I think it's kind of strange looking. So, I mean, I like having the gameplay variety, but it just looks like an alien. Yep, we're gonna show yours next. Okay.
alien.
It looks like an alien, doesn't it?
It
This
looks
one looks
like
cool. This is like a hag. This is like Baba Yaga.
it
Do you know
is-
Baba Yaga?
Yes, but this
How do you know all this stuff? Don't answer.
This-
Don't answer.
isn't an alien. This is a skeleton from the depths
We'll
of
show that.
hell.
It's cool. We're gonna do the cool ones. All right, we're gonna do this one over here.
This one. This looks like the host from.
From where? Regular Zombicide? White Death? Black Plague?
No.
From where?
Epic the Musical.
Oh, it's the horse from Epic the Musical. So
Yeah.
we got this one over here.
I got that.
It is a pretty cool horse. I like the saddle. It's a pity the miniatures can't ride it.
What horses are from?
We got another horse over here. This is more of like an Asian horse.
And this
Can I
looks
do
like,
this?
and
You can show
also
one, go
looks like a wooden horse.
You doing that one?
Turns out they got the Greeks too.
The
It
green.
is
The
over
gods of the Greeks.
here. Who is
They
it? Which god is this?
zombie-sided Poseidon.
That's Poseidon? Oh, I see that. I see what you're talking about.
It's Poseidon.
Yeah, we got the harpoon over here.
They got
maybe.
Poseidon.
Can I see him?
Now you have no chance to win.
We got this one over here.
Here, Tavi.
Okay, well, that's a cool one. No, put it back, That's a cool
Wait,
one.
wait,
I've been
wait,
saving
wait.
this for last.
It's the nine-tailed fox
I-
from Naruto.
You want to show it?
Yes.
Okay, that is a cool one. I was saving that one for later.
This is the nine-tailed. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm just gonna say nine-tailed fox from Naruto.
And if you can't see that, it's still got 9 tails. You just don't know yet. Okay, we got another one over here. These are some nice miniatures. I like this one's locked. Okay, wait. We need to show the smash. You can Hulk smash later. This actually looks, honestly, this looks kind of like the
Yeah, I
miniature they
saw
have.
all 9. I saw
for,
all 9. I got all 9.
This looks like Blood Rage. If you have Blood Rage, it's like a Blood Rage miniature. They made it a little more different.
Why isn't any of this in Goosebumps?
Dun, dun, dun. We're almost done, guys. We got a few more big ones to go through.
Abba.
Rafika, you headed off?
Abba.
Yes, buddy.
This guy, he looks like the guy from this game.
That.
I just remembered.
How did you? That's what I just told them.
Yeah. I knew that too.
And we know
How do you know that?
because we play the games
He
more
just
than
went
the
to Blood
others.
Rage. He just went to Blood Rage, and he pointed out that it looks like the guy from Blood Rage. He found the box.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, he's never played with it.
How did you know that?
I still know because I never played with it. I didn't remember it, but I still know it.
I'm very impressed. He has played with Blood Rage, but it's infrequent. Blood Rage has what color are the gods?
Red.
In Blood Rage, what color are the gods? Do you remember?
White.
No, they're a special color.
Red, I think.
You don't remember. It's okay. They're all gold. Do
Gold.
you remember that they're all gold?
Yeah, gold.
Yeah.
That's a special color.
Abba, watch this.
Alright.
The heroes are slowly killing them.
Alright, the last thing I'm going to do is wear the cards.
Yes.
I feel the cards
The
are somewhere.
heroes don't know.
That's cards,
I
yes.
took it off.
Watch, Abba.
I'm going to show you
Abba.
some art.
All the zombies are dead except this one. Boom! All the heroes die. Now it's time to go for Abba.
It looks like they have the Abominable Bunny here, which means they have cards that are cross-compatible in some way.
Abominable Bunny.
Yeah, this guy.
I tell you what.
Abominable Bunny.
I tell you what. You can use a white death with the other.
Wait, are these cards to make them cross-compatible?
Abba.
No, it's regular Zombicide cards.
Abba,
Yeah.
I tell you what. You can use white death with these cards.
You could, yeah.
Because they have the same rules.
It has similar rules. That other things going
No,
on.
the same rules.
The wards. Oh. So I was going to show you some of the art of the cards so you can see this over here. Zombicide in general has had great art. My least favorite has been Zombicide Invader, but it's still fine. But that was personally my least favorite. But I do know lots of other people think it's their favorite one. So, everyone has different tastes. But I do love the art overall. So I just want to show you
Why
some of the
isn't
art.
there Zombicide Space?
Why is there Zombicide Space?
Or like Zombicide Moon?
There is Zombicide Space.
There is?
It's called Zombicide Invader.
Oh.
It takes place in space. It was actually, I think it was the first Zombicide game. Can I get it back? That's a question.
Back? You had it before?
I used to have Zombicide Invader a long time ago.
When none of us was born?
No, so the first Zombicide that Yoda and Tavi ever played was Zombicide Invader. We all played it together, and that was a long time ago.
Again, so I could see.
Yoda played with Zombicide?
You were born, but you might have been too young.
Yeah.
Abba, can you switch? I want to show them the Abominable
Sure,
Bunny.
go ahead. Show them
I
about
want to see the miniature. Does it have rockets?
it definitely has rockets, yeah.
Abominable Bunny is a very scary bunny that I could think of scarier.
Yeah, I am
Very,
confused why
very
it's here
scary.
because it's from Zombicide Black Plague or Green Horde. I can't remember which one. Anyways, that's going to be part 1 of the unboxing. I'm going to let them play with this now so they can enjoy as much as they want. And I'll be back with part 2, again, this in a second. I'll be back with part 2 in a second as far as you're concerned. But they're going to go play with these for right now. So, in any case, until next time, to this part of the video, which will immediately continue, I'm Alex Radke from Board Game Co. And I hope you have a good one. And now that the kiddos are gone, it's time for phase 2 of this unboxing. And this much stuff, by the way, this is not including the two base boxes, like the core box and the stretch goals. This is all the other stuff. This much stuff is why I wanted to break it up into 2 videos, because the kids are a bit chaotic and I don't know if I could have kept their attention properly for as long as it would take to go through all of this stuff. But in case you are here for the second half of this, the good news is I have more stuff to talk about, including showing you all the new things. I'm going to stack up these boxes and get through it shortly. I'm going to be showing you all the various new boxes. There's a whole lot to go through over here. I will be talking about the Zombicide CMON sale a little bit. I'm filming this a few days later. I was actually planning on filming it the same day, but I'm filming this a few days later, and in between filming the first half and the second half of this video, CMON sold Zombicide, so there's that information to talk about. I will also be going through some more of the rules because I've actually had a chance to read the rules since that first video. Again, it's a few days, but you can do a lot in a few days. And then also, my son was definitely right. There are indeed 3D battlements, which I didn't see this the first time around. So we do have the 3D battlements, which is nice. Again, the downside of having back games so long ago is you don't always know. Like, I remember when they had Zombicide, what was it? Let's do these boxes. Let's do these boxes first, I guess. When they had Zombicide Undead or Alive, I remember that I was really hoping they would have a miniature train, and they never did, which was sad. It's okay, I'll live, but it was definitely a little sad. And so I guess I forgot that they actually did do the walls in this time around in White Death. So let's go ahead and open these boxes over here. I'm going to be showing you some miniatures. I will not be showing you every single miniature because that would be crazy. I would have you here for way too long, but I will try to show you as much as I possibly can while trying to cover the different types of things. I'll also note, just to set up your disappointment accordingly, I have read the rules for I've read the rules for the base game. I have not read the rules for any of the expansions, so if I open up a box and I'm like, wow, these look so cool, and I have no idea what they do, that's because I have no idea what they do. So that's the situation. We have Eternal Empire. I'm sure I knew once upon a time what was in Eternal Empire because I did cover the campaign, and whenever they'd have a few updates, I'd go over the gameplay updates, I'd tell you the new things, I'd have the cliff notes. Also, that was like 2.5 years ago, or however long it was, which means I no longer know. But there is a campaign mode, I can tell you that much. There's bridges, so we have a new over and underland, which I love that. Do I get 3D bridges? We have plastic tokens, no bridges, no. Are they in the 3D battlements? Ooh, it says, one second, we need time to look at this. I'm not sure if there's bridges or not, because this says for Eternal Empire 2, but I'm not seeing bridges in it. So it says it's for Zombicide Eternal Empire, which makes me think it should have bridges, but I don't see the bridges. But we'll go through it properly later. The bridges would be cool. I can use the bridges from Massive Darkness if I really need to, if they're not in any of these other boxes. Anyways, so yeah, we got campaign, we got bridges, and a few other things, and then of course new scenarios, quests to go through over here. So that's what we got for the rulebook of this. We're also going to have some tiles. We got some replacement cards, which I will not lose because that would be sad. We will open up these over here. Let's see, let's go ahead and get that. Okay, there we go. Let's just get that along the edge and create a small pile of waste on the floor over here, which I'll deal with later. But there you go, there's a bridge tile, so you can see, I mean, this one's kind of weird because you're going under, but you're not actually, you just go under. I don't know where you go from here. Where do you go from there? Is that a thing that I should know? We have our battlements over here, which we can place our actual 3D battlements on there. Here we have an actual bridge, so you can see how this area could connect, for example, to this area, and you could pass over the bridge and through there, which I like that concept in general. The other one didn't seem like you'd be able to do that, although I guess you could easily put a door token over here. That makes sense. So you can put a door token so you can go into the building from that zone. Now that makes a lot more sense than what I was first looking at. Here's a very obvious bridge one where you can pass under in a very obvious way. And then we got these tiles over here, which I have no idea what those are. Are those for the jade statues? I don't remember much about the jade statues. I just remember that there is a thing for jade statues. And here we have a giant pile of zombies. So good art overall. Let's see what miniatures we got in Eternal Empire. We got our campaign sheets, which I'm not optimistic about because when I played the Zombicide Second Edition campaign, I did not think it was well balanced, or in that sense, I didn't think it was well balanced. So we shall see. I will still try it eventually, I'm sure, but honestly, the amount of Zombicide content I have to catch up on is a lot. Like when I first got into Zombicide, I had more time. I didn't play as many games as I do nowadays, and that definitely makes it harder. Like I've played Marvel Zombies, I haven't actually played Deceased, because I never got the core box of Deceased. Like, the retail version, I never got that. So I've only played the prototype of Deceased. But Marvel Zombies, I've played a handful of times. Never really gone in-depth into it, although I should at some point. I've played Black Plague. I've played Undead or Alive a decent amount. Yeah, I played some stuff. I played a bunch. I went through a whole bunch of Undead or Alive, and then a bunch of Black Plague, and then Marvel Zombies I've done a bunch, but no full in-depth. Let's go ahead and show you some of these miniatures over here. We're going to have to zoom in a drop more, so we can show you as much detail. We got these, are they still called fatties? I don't think they're still called fatties. The brutes, are they called brutes now? Again, every version of Zombicide is a little bit different, so you never fully know, but I do like the miniatures overall. They got a nice, look to them. They don't have that toxic, like one of the, that green spiky toxic goo that was in previous editions, I don't even remember which ones had it. Those are peak coloring as far as making it look very toxic. Ooh, I like this. We got a statue over here. So we got our little jade statue, but then we have the piece on top. So we have our jade statue that breaks apparently. I don't know the ways or hows or whys that it breaks, but in some way, shape, or form, like this does sit there and, break. Hopefully it didn't actually break. It did not break. We got 3 of these breakable jade statues, as well as a host of heroes. Again, there's so many miniatures today that we are going to take the cheap way out and just show you some of the heroes. We also got that guy as well. I guess we should show you that guy. But we'll show you the various survivors over here in a slow little pan, and then we will show you the big giant guy with his giant arm, which is not the coolest abomination we'll see, but we got a lot more abominations to show you very shortly. So, that is Eternal Empire. 1 box down, 7,500 left to go. Let's go through this. Alright, let's do Time Crash next. That's going to be the other big box expansion. This time the Ninja Turtle themed one. That was the other one, by the way. My son did want to open that one. I forgot. I meant to bring it out for the first unboxing, but I forgot to, and he wanted to do that one because they like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that would be fun for them. Like, we have the promo one for the second, like, they had that promo pack they put out one time for 2nd edition, but also, I believe, compatible with Black Plague and or White Death. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to go find the promo. And I also have, there's another promo. I have a bunch of promo stuff for Zombicide, but we have Time Crash, the first officially, oh, that's way too zoomed in, because I did the miniature zooming in. As far as rules, I'll do a quick flip through the rule book, but nothing too crazy. And again, it is a little zoomed in, I apologize. We have Heroes of 2 Worlds, we have the Turtle Team, Turtle Equipment, we got Turtle Team Chi rules, we have new zombies, Foot Ninjas, and Shredder. Okay, so there's new zombie types, I like that. Okay, and then we have quests. So what does Foot Zombies do? What do Foot Zombies do? Eliminate 1 special rules. They're walkers, they spawn on objectives. Okay, so they spawn on objectives. Chi cannot be spent before performing combat action in zones containing a foot ninja or aimed at such zones. So it doesn't seem like crazy difficult. I mean, they spawn on objectives. That's the main aspect to them, which I guess they are ninjas. We do have our pizza power tokens, which we'll open this, and then we'll go through the miniatures soon. I'll show you all the turtle miniatures. Like that I at least feel I owe you. But I'll show you first what we got as far as the map boards for this particular set. So we have our map boards over here, and then we got our pizza over here. So you can see pizza in that spot there. And then we have, the other side over here, which crash landing type thing, more pizza over there. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is either. Can't tell offhand. Then we have more pizza. So we got more pizza. Specifically, this is pizza from San Marco. Okay, so Time Crash. There's definitely a Time Crash element over there. I assume there's lots of, Easter eggs as far as different things, but I don't know enough about TMNT to know which things are Easter eggs or aren't. Like, I loosely am familiar with TMNT, but I've never been a huge fan of the series. I think the main people are Casey and April. Does that sound right? I think those are the main characters as far as like the non-turtle characters, I should say. Well, then there's obviously not Shredder. What's the rat? Their leader. You see, this is the level at which I don't know. There's Shredder, and then there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then there's the rat. What's his name? That's gonna bother me. Give me a second here. It's going to bother me. Splinter. Sorry, but I forgot his name. Shuriken Joe Pawn Shop over here. Again, I assume that's a reference, and that's what we got. That's as far as your various... We have like a keyboard over here, so there's definitely bringing some degree of Lost in Time vibes to this, which I didn't care for it. I'm not against it. Like, sure, good things can exist, but I didn't feel the need for it back when this was coming out because I'm not a TMNT fan. I'm happy on behalf of my kids. I'm happy on behalf of anyone who wants it. I don't care for the theme in a particularly strong way. So for me, it was fan service, which is not a bad thing. I just wasn't the fan that they were catering to in that particular aspect. Oh, let's show you some of the cards here. I'm not going to show you all the cards, but hey, people like the TMNT, so we may as well try to show you some cards. If I can open this without damaging the cards, which would be great, because these things are on tight. But we'll show you April O'Neil. I saw April, so I was like, you know, I'll show you. So we have April O'Neil over here. She can carry an April's Heart, which I don't know if that feels thematic to her or not. Maybe if you know more, it does. I don't know why that would be. The back covers some of her rules. Okay, so we got the Turtle Team aspect, the Spellcaster. So this is more modern Zombicides have started doing that on the back. We have Casey. So yeah, it's April and Casey. So I was right about April and Casey. Casey has a hockey stick. I definitely know that is thematic. Then we have Donatello. We have Leonardo. We have Michelangelo, Raphael, and then Splinter. Those are going to be your zombie heroes, the survivors, they're called. Then, as far as the miniatures, let's show you some of the miniatures over here. We got what I assume is Shredder. So Shredder is over here. It does not look that intimidating, honestly. I think I've seen better Shredders in the promo packs. This Shredder looks okay, but not assuming he's Shredder. He might not be Shredder. If he's not Shredder, that would almost make sense because he's not that intimidating. We have our 3 allies, which are our survivors, but like, you know, Splinter over here. So we got Splinter, and then we have April and Casey. So we got April and Casey over here. With the hockey stick is on. Like, the hockey stick's visible. I almost wish she was swinging it, but miniatures are hard to be efficient with and also be varied. These are, again, doing fine. Like, again, I say this a lot with Zombicide stuff these days, or Simon stuff these days, but I feel like there was a time when the miniatures were like, oh my gosh, those are the best miniatures. And now they're just good. Like, they are good, don't get me wrong. I think they're good miniatures. But, like, I still feel like, I don't know, Massive Darkness is like some of their peak miniature stuff. And this is just good stuff. I think it's nice. I think it's good. But it's not like their best work. Was Bloodborne good? Like, I can't remember if Bloodborne was like really peak or not. I do like that nunchuck there. That's got more of that, like, you know, flinging vibe again. But they definitely, they gave him this space. And it's like physical space. Space in the box you have to be mindful of. So that stuff, it adds up. Trying to be efficient with space and miniatures while trying to give them vibrant, dynamic poses is part of the challenge of making games, I guess. And then we have 3 different sculpts for the various foot ninjas. So I'll show you these because, you know, 3 different sculpts over here. Nothing too crazy. Just different ninjas that are obviously very ninja adjacent, or ninjas. They're not ninja adjacent. They're straight up ninjas. And those are your 3 different sculpts. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move to the next box. So, box 2 of 7,000 is done. Time to head to the rest. I'm both trying to be like efficient in time here while also trying to cover the new stuff, but like there's so much stuff that I'm trying to be respectful of your time while showing you things. It's a complicated balance, but I will hopefully be able to achieve it. I'll save this for later. Let's do one of these things. Let's do the Massive Darkness crossover. Why this now? No particular reason, because I'm going to show it to you. And crossovers are always tough, because I always want them, but practically speaking, I find that most of the time I don't play a game enough that I need the crossover content. Most of the time I'm just going to use the content from each game on its own. But for example, let's go ahead and show you some of these things. I guess, oh my gosh, Massive Darkness is fun. Massive Darkness 2 specifically. Although now they're just calling it Massive Darkness 1, I believe. So that's they're rebranding that, although not in time for this. This still says 2. So they missed the cutoff for that rebrand. But we got over here our various cards, so you can use various heroes. I wonder if you can use the TMNT. So we have Jennika, we have Lorna, we have Ogon. These are going to give you more characters you can... Again, I love the idea of being able to implement these into each other's factions, but like I usually just don't need to. Yeah, there we go. We have Raphael. So this would be cool. So if you are a TMNT fan, you can now use that in Massive Darkness. So that part is specifically fun because that's something that you can't otherwise get as easily. So you can throw Splinter and April and Casey into Massive Darkness. Past that, we have the ninja mobs. We should have the ninja mobs, I imagine. We have the climbers and the deadbolt walkers and the foot ninjas, see? So now you have the foot ninjas in Massive Darkness. So again, the sheer amount of Massive Darkness content out there is a little bit insane. The good news is if your name is Chris George and the only way you implement this stuff is by using the exact same mobs again and again and again, and you don't actually care about using the correct miniatures, then this pack will give you so much gameplay content without having to worry about buying all the other associated miniatures. Because Chris George is the person who taught me Massive Darkness. I mean, I've had to relearn the rules since then, but the first time I played Massive Darkness was at Chris George's house, and we sat down and we played it, and it was fun. And he taught me the rules. Granted, a little bit wrong, but I'm not blaming him. I do that too on a regular basis. But what was the reason for this? Oh, the main thing that I was like, oh my gosh, is every time he drew a card for like a type of mob, he just grabbed a random assortment of miniatures. Was like, we'll just remember that this is that mob. We'll just remember that this is that mob. He didn't hunt down for the right ones at all. Oh my gosh, these are all like the Again, there's going to be lots of options here. Lots. But you have to be willing to go to your boxes and grab the right stuff. That's why there's so much content in Massive Darkness. Massive Darkness is a little much. Anyways, point is, Chris George is a monster who doesn't feel the need to use the right miniatures, which is a little insane to me. Then we have the Celestial Knights. What is this? This is a pack of 6 miniatures, 6 survivors. So this is 6 survivors, probably part of a Celestial Knights team, I would assume. We're going to have survivors and miniatures and, I meant to say abominations and necromancers. Oh, I didn't teach you about the new rules. So, I'm supposed to be talking to you about the Zombicide sale as well. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's do new rules. So the main new rules, there's a whole page in the rule book that covers like the main new rules if you want to see them. That's great to have, so if you have a quick distilled down option of things. But honestly, I didn't think it did a great job covering the main things that you're actually going to encounter. It kind of covered like technical details, because one of the main things you're going to have is battlements. So battlements are going to be those things that kind of get in the way, that the abominations are trying to break their way through. They can do that through one of 2 main ways. One of the cards they draw is a zombie siege card, that suddenly all these zombies next to the abomination can suddenly go over. So like they'll slowly be piling up next to the wall. In theory, it depends on how the board state is. I'm gonna open that later. These are tough to open. Alternatively, if the necromancer is spawning the defilement, I think it's called. I can't recall if it's called defilement or whatever it's called. But basically, the necromancer is also creating this kind of pathway of like this green ooze that's spreading towards the walls, constantly spreading towards the lantern, effectively. I think it's called the lantern, and it's going to break its way through the walls and destroy the embankments. No, the battlements. It's going to destroy the battlements for the characters. Here we go. We got Ericus, Eridan, American, Mirak, Sadir, and Avenging Princess Stellar. Love that name for her. Love that name for her. But yeah, so you have you have this aspect. So you have these new the battlements blocking the zombies, and then ways to break through. Speaking of which, the necromancers are vastly different, because the necromancers are going to spawn, but they're going to be pushing their kind of token, their spawn token. The necromancers stay in the back line, and they push their spawn token closer and closer to the lantern. And if it eventually hits that, you lose. So you have a new way of losing, and a new thing to be mindful of and scared of. There's also going to be guards. That's another big change. You have guards where you can control allies on the field in a way you couldn't have in the past. So you always had, like, the ability to, like, rescue survivors, and, like, scenarios would give you things you can do with them, like benefiting from linked skills. Like, the stuff like that have existed. But now you full on have these miniatures on the board that functionally count as survivors, although they don't cause you to lose a scenario, but you can control them using your actions. So you have kind of a commander role. And also, on these battlements, you have, like, giant tubs of boiling oil you can throw down onto the zombies. So there's, like, things like that. There's other rules as well as far as how these things all work together, because there are rules to be mindful of. Like, you have to use stairs to go up and down the battlements, but the zombies, once they're on the battlements, they can just drop off and fall because they have no survival instinct. So that's a fun little thing going on in the game. Outside of that, it's mostly just Zombicide. There's some small changes, but that's mostly Zombicide White Death, or sorry, Zombicide Black Plague, or Green Horde, with those main differences from those battlements. We have dice over here. I'll show you them. I'm not going to bother opening these packs right now. We got 2 dice sets, giving you more dice colors or options, more ways to roll dice. I've never loved the basic Zombicide dice design, honestly, with the torch and the face. Never thought it looked that great, but we have it. We have Jennika. I assume this is a TMNT thing. I do not know TMNT, as we've covered. I didn't remember Splinter's name, so if you think I'm going to know who Jennika is, the human-born ninja known as Jennika has taken to her mutation to a turtle. Okay, so I don't even know. Like, there's a chance that this is not official Zombicide lore. Sorry, not official TMNT lore. And this is a Zombicide character that they're putting in the universe. Maybe. I have no idea. Oh, they come with the 3D plastic tokens, which is nice. So we got plastic tokens for the pizza over there. But let me take these off over here and put this down into the pile of things over there. So, we have Jennika, which again, I'm assuming you all know, or at least those of you who are fans of TMNT know. But yeah, more boxes done, more to go, more cards. We got your Massive Darkness cards in here as well. We got your, Massive Darkness card and your Zombicide card, things like that. I'm going to go through the process of sorting this all later. And sorting mostly means dumping it all into a singular box, just in case you were wondering. Like, I don't sort Zombicide stuff the same way. Once I know I'm keeping it, and this integrates with Black Horde, so with Black Plague. I keep saying that. This integrates with Black Plague, so because of that, I'm almost certainly keeping this one. I could be wrong. I just, like, worst case scenario, I could literally just use this as more content for Black Plague. So I think I'm going to keep it all. But that means I'm going to go ahead and do what I do best, which is dump it all efficiently into bags, into singular boxes, so I'm not dealing with the horde of storage solutions that this otherwise presents, which is a nightmare. Like, you know, not the worst nightmare, but certainly a nightmare to some extent. All these boxes. Oh my gosh. I don't even know why I'm bothering to put them back now, honestly. I guess, you know what? I do know why. Because this way I can give my son the joy of opening these himself, as opposed to just giving him a bag full of miniatures, because something less fun about a giant bag full of miniatures. Now this is Usagi Yojimbo. Okay, so, oh, Yojimbo. Yojimbo is, wait, where did I see that? Okay, I know I saw that. I just saw the word Yojimbo while covering, what's it called? I think it was Yojimbo. I have to double check. While covering... what's it called again? The clan thingy, the Legend of the Five Rings, but they have Champions or Battles for Rokugan, Champions for Rokugan, whatever it was called, one of those two games. But from Monolith, they had this word Yojimbo, I believe, Yojimbo, which was some sort of like sacrificial play that you could do, or something like that, or protecting or guard. I don't remember the exact details, but it's something like that. That word does seem to ring a bell. Let me put this back. I'm a little worried about damaging these cards, honestly, but let's hope we don't do that. Let's hope we put this in here. Okay, there we go. I think we did it. I think we got it in. We got it fine, at least for right now. I'll have to have my son open these things carefully. Then we got Chang Ji and Ho Chi. These look like survivors. 2 miniatures, 2 survivor ID cards. Yep, they are survivors. We are making our way. We got Divine Beast Abominations. We have Berserker Walkers. We have Crossfire. We have Climbers. Terracotta Walkers. I might do the Battlements next so you can see them, because I think the Battlements will be fun. Maybe I'll... No, I'm not going to. I was going to like possibly set up a whole set, but I realized I'm not going to do that because, again, I want to put things away so that my son can play with them, which is going to happen later today. But, anyways, going back to CMON and Zombicide. So, if you missed the news, if you haven't been paying attention, CMON sold Zombicide to Asmodee. This does not include the Seas. This does not include Marvel Zombies. It doesn't include anything that isn't officially Zombicide. So, figure out whatever's in that category. I assume if it has the name Zombicide literally as part of the title, and not just like a Zombicide game, then I assume that's what's counted. But, yeah, they sold it to Asmodee. So, Asmodee is going to be picking up that line. Does that mean they are reprinting all their stuff? No idea. I mean, I assume they're going to try to make as much money as possible, but I don't know if that means future games. Like, future games are certainly a possibility. I mean, there's no eliminating the fact I'm still waiting for Pirate Zombicide. Am I as excited about it now? No. I know that what CMON's approach, whether you like it or not, has worked for me. Versus I have no idea if... I said I was going to do the Battlements next. So let's do the tile sets next, because I want to show you the tiles over here. So we have a tile set. This gives you more tiles to mix and match and play with if you want. It's always more about like having fun with it, creating your own scenarios, things like that. You don't really need this at all. It's one of the last recommended purchases I would make if you were getting stuff. It can be useful if you're going all in on something, but they're usually not that needed. But anyways, yeah. So oh, we got more of the these things, the defilement stuff, whatever it's called. Hey, but we have these embattlements over here, because what you're going to do, I'm going to try to show you this over here. So let's try to find some embattlement zones. Nope. There we go. So we got a zone over here. I could probably zoom out the camera a little bit as we do this. But let's try to find one more. Here we go. That would be great. Okay, so let me zoom the camera out so we can see. So now we have our little zone over here where you can place your zombies and abominations and things. Let me take this and put it off to the side-ish. Alright. Then we're going to grab this and show you how these work out, because these will give you your corner embattlements are over here, and then you have your actual... Oh, wait, maybe the other way around. It's probably the other way around. No, that doesn't make sense. How does this work? Oh, no. Oh, no, I don't like this at all. This can't go like that. That's crazy. No, what's going on here? Okay, 1 second. Maybe there's different corners. There are different corners. Okay, that was an inner corner. Problem solved. I got a little worried about how that worked because it didn't look like it was going to work. But that's an inner corner. So you have these literal 3D embankments now that you can place out. So my son will be very happy because I may have made it so that he wasn't quite as sure. Because honestly, he hasn't asked about them in the past few days. And I think it's because he stopped being sure that they were coming. So there we go. There you have your battlements. They look cool. They're all the same from there. After that, it's just literally more of the same. But from there, let's go ahead and show you some miniatures, because I'll throw some onto the battlements, because why not? And then we'll put it all away again. Anyway, so CMON sold Zombicide. Asmodee's taking control of it. I assume that means future profit of selling core sets. I assume it means future development of Zombicide, because why not? That feels like an easy way to make money. And I don't know if it includes reprinting I don't know there's two things I would say I heavily don't know. And I don't know anything, but I assume the first two. I assume they will sell existing core sets. I assume they will make more Zombicide. The things I heavily don't know is I don't know at all if that new Zombicide content they make, if they make any, I don't know if it will have like a semi-crowdfunding approach. Like, meaning they could go full crowdfunding. I don't see that happening. But they could do full crowdfunding. They make deluxe sets for crowdfunding and then retail sets. That's option one. Option two is they can go a slightly more pre-order model, where they have the basic core set, and then they're like, hey, here's like 3 packs you can get as special bonuses as a pre-order, or this or that or something else, but leaning a little away from crowdfunding while still dabbling in the fact that there's going to be an audience who wants more than a basic... Like, if you just sell me a basic Zombicide pirate set, I don't know if I'm here for that. I don't know if I care enough. Like, Zombicide core sets are notoriously underwhelming relative to what you can get from the full experience. Let's show you some miniatures and then put them on the wall. So over here, so a full pirate core set is cool in theory, but in practice is not that exciting compared to what you get. Like, there's been a few Zombicide core sets over the years, and they're never as exciting. Like Zombicide Army of the Dead, that was great. Not nearly as exciting as having all the content and expansions and all those things. So, is there a market for it? Sure. Was it a good game? Surprisingly good. If you like Army of the Dead, or even if you don't like Army of the Dead, I think it was a good Zombicide. But there's a difference between a good Zombicide and I'm going to pick you and play you over other games that have more stuff. And expansion bloat is definitely a thing. I do find that nowadays there are times where I do pick and prioritize games that don't have so much content. Like, I might sit there and say, I'm going to play Everdell Farshore instead of the Everdell Big Box because I don't want to deal with all the expansion stuff. But in the case of games like Zombicide, you don't necessarily need to deal with all the expansion stuff, but some expansion stuff will really open up your game a significant amount. And then we have a Necromancer or an Abomination. I'm going to assume a Necromancer. Honestly, the Necromancer is not really moving that much, although I don't know if that's going to be true for all of them or they're going to be different. That's a little, it takes away some of the differences of them, I guess, to some small degree. Oh no, I have to put these back here, and I don't know how to do that. That was a mistake. This is a mistake. This goes over here. Nope, does that go there? Nope, that does not go there. That goes there. This guy goes here. This one goes over here. This one goes over here. I don't know where that one goes. That one goes there. Maybe. No, possibly. Maybe. That one goes there, and that one goes there. That works. It works. We're back in. We're back in business. Anyways, so yeah, so that's, will they do varied content for their Zombicide games or keep it very vanilla? And that will absolutely affect my interest level. And then also the third question, the other thing I really don't know, is will they do, will they reprint exclusive content? Because that could be another moneymaker, although again, it doesn't feel like it's really in Asmodee's model as far as what they do, but it certainly could be a way to make money where you're like, hey, we are now reprinting all the stuff that was previously not available. Sure, Simon said it was crowdfunding exclusive, but that was their deal, not ours, and so we're going to go ahead. Like, this is kind of what I expect to see from Tabletop Tycoon, honestly. Like, there's a lot of money in saying, we're just reprinting all the Blood Rage stuff, and people will rage, people will be upset, but it's a weird thing as to who are you upset at in that dynamic. Like, are you upset at Tabletop Tycoon? Is it their deal? Are they bound by what Simon said, or not? And that's complicated. I don't even know if I have a strong opinion. I mean, Tabletop Tycoon has a reputation to a degree of trying to milk what they can out of things, so I think they'll get some pushback on that reputation. But if it wasn't Tabletop Tycoon, I don't think it would be as clear, because you're like, what are you supposed to do? Not make money on the thing that you bought? I mean, why? Otherwise you might not buy it, and that's worse for everyone in theory. Oh, we have plastic tokens. Let's look at some plastic tokens. We'll not heavily go through this, but we'll look at these in a second, and I'll also zoom in on the camera again now that we're done with the Battlements. Okay, plastic tokens. Oh, these are plastic too, which is nice. So we got our cauldrons. This is nice because these are those things you're going to be pouring off the edge of the battlements, pouring them on, treating it like a dragon fire kind of situation. That's definitely nice. We have our usual assortment of spawn points and noise tokens and things like that. I'm not going to heavily show you everything here, but they're nice to have for sure. I always like these. The quality of plastic components from Zombicide is generally pretty solid. Like, this is going to be your Necromancer spawn point, so to speak, that when you spawn a Necromancer, you spawn that as well. That's not the one that moves. Their base one moves, which means it's constantly slowly getting closer and closer in ways that are problematic. Then you have your noise tokens, your chi tokens, and your frozen tokens. Frozen is a new mechanic where it kind of stuns the zones. The next time they activate, you discard the frozen token instead, and then they don't activate. So that's that. And then, lastly, I'll show you these big defilement thingies, because they're cool. I didn't even know they were in here, which is nice. But these are going to be just heftier, weightier defilement that will be slowly spreading across the board. So you can see over here It's got the nice, I don't know what you can see on camera, but it's got a nice little ridge to it. But these will be spreading across the board, kind of creating a chain, and it just destroys everything along the way. It destroys battlements, it destroys walls, it treats everything like one giant league zone. And also, when you spawn those zombie siege cards, a bunch of enemies are going to pop up on these. So if you've played, it's a little bit like Invader. If you've played Invader, this is a mechanic that you did see in Zombicide Invader, which kind of goes once again to the criticism. Like, CMON does get flack, and earned flack, for their games feeling a little too similar and having a little less innovation than you would ideally like. And I think it's earned flack. Don't get me wrong, I think CMON has a bunch of great games that are absolutely amazing. One second. I think CMON has a bunch of great games that are absolutely amazing, and they have a lot of stuff that is repetitive that I enjoy, but if I was going to give a criticism that is certainly fair, the amount of games they have versus the amount of games it feels they have are two very different numbers. Like, they have their innovative games, and then they have their ones that don't feel quite as innovative. I'm still waiting on Mordred, I realized. Mordred is another game that I'm waiting on from them that I'm not, as like I backed it, but I almost didn't back it. It's one that I almost didn't back this one, by the way. I backed this one because my son was very into it, and I was like, you know what? Fine, it is what it is. It'll hold its value, all that usual stuff. But I almost did not back this one. There are some that I have not backed. I don't back everything Zombicide. Like, I don't back everything CMON. I didn't back Genesis. I didn't back Song of Ice and Fire. Those are game systems I don't care enough to dive into. Alright, this one, I'll open it, but again, we still got like 5 more boxes to go through over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the Terracotta Army, Terracotta Walkers. That's fun. I like Walker variety for sure. But anyways, yeah, so there are CMON games that I choose not to back at times. It's case by case, because I do like their stuff. We'll show you the abominations separately, but I will show you all the survivors in this tray over here, so you can take a look at them. This is going to be the what is this? This is called the Warlords of the Middle Kingdom. That's what we got for these. And then we have the 2 abominations, which are fine. I'm not like when I think of different abomination sets that I've seen over the years, like, these just look like a mass of, like, you know, they look cool, but they don't, like, I don't know, they don't seem strongly identifiable. Contrast these with, like, a giant, like, rat with its, like, claw overhead. There's different levels of abominations that CMON have done. These have nice sculpts. I'm not complaining, but they do not strike the same level of awe as some of the stuff that I've seen in other CMON sets. Although, again, CMON itself is inconsistent. I'll judge it more when we go through the Divine Beasts, because the Divine Beasts, if those are not impressive, then we have a problem. And by a problem, I just mean I will be disappointed and do nothing about it, because that's not much that I can do about it. But that's where I want to see some cool stuff. And again, I have seen all this stuff on the campaign page just a while ago. Virtues of Bushido. That's what we got for this set over here. Let's go ahead and see what we got inside the Virtues of Bushido. Is it a team faction? No idea. Is it stuck to this thing? Yes, it is. It's definitely stuck to that thing. Did they all fall out? Absolutely they did. Am I now going to show them to you individually because of it? Yes, I will. Am I making this up as I go along? Absolutely. So these guys look very more... Are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Are these the 7 samurai? Are these the 7 samurai? Each of these samurai embody the virtues of perfect warriors. Okay, all I know is the Virtues of Bushido has 7 samurai. There is a movie, it might be a book first, I honestly don't know, called 7 Samurai. And there's an archer, there's a single archer. I don't remember a lot about 7 Samurai. I really don't remember a lot, it's been a long time. I do vaguely believe there was a single archer amongst the samurai. Oh my gosh, that's a movie I hope they remake. Like, they remade the 7 Cowboys one, whatever it's called. Like, they did that one. That one, like, because they had the 7 Samurai, they had the 7 Cowboys. It's not called the 7 Cowboys, it's called something else. And then they had, I don't think I ever remade the 7 Samurai. Like, that is a movie I would absolutely watch. I think the original probably holds up, but sometimes when you watch older movies, they don't hold up as well. Sometimes that's a thing, that's a concept. I think these are the 7 Samurai, and I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm far more excited about this than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, although that just reflects the stuff that I grew up watching. Like, there's a movie, The Departed. Like, The Departed, they had an original Departed movie that I watched and loved, and then they had the new Departed movie that I watched and liked. But the original was incredible. But honestly, I don't know if it will hold up. The practical reality is not everything in life holds up the way they were when you first engaged with those things. How to put these away. This goes here. This goes here. You figure out the obvious ones first. This one goes here. And now the rest. That one probably goes there. Maybe. That one probably goes there. No, that one goes there. That one goes... Nope. That one... Does this one go here? And this one go there? Nope, now we're trying to lose it. We almost had it. We almost had it. We were doing great. It must go there. It must go there. I don't see a way that it won't. I don't actually like that one. This one doesn't feel like it goes there properly, but we're going to see if we can put this on. No, it doesn't go there. There we go. Nope, 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 we're still not there. This one goes here now, and this one goes there. I got it. I got it to work. Anyways, yeah, so I used to watch a lot of older movies growing up. Like, I still love Casablanca. I say still love. I haven't watched Casablanca in a long time. I loved Casablanca growing up. I thought it was amazing with Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. I think that was Ingrid Bergman, right? Because he had Lauren Bacall was the other co-star of Humphrey Bogart that would be in a lot of movies with him, I believe. But I think Casablanca was Ingrid Bergman. Anyways, I'm going to save the Divine Beast for last because I'm excited about that one. But let's go through the Berserker Walkers next. And then we'll do the Crossfire Pack and the Climber Terracotta Walkers. So we have 4 packs left to go through. We are making good enough progress. Although I guess this is a long video and this is part 2. I probably should have made this 2 full separate videos. But I think the intro and outro at this point set up an expectation that it is what it is. Okay, let's see what these Terracotta Walkers do, because I am excited about the prospect of new zombie types. If you watch my Zombicide content, you know that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when they don't do a lot of zombie types. It loses. That's one of the reasons why Black Plague has always been the best Zombicide for me overall. And again, even Marvel Zombies. I love Marvel Zombies. I like the systems of Marvel Zombies, but the zombie variety is better than in the Black Plague universe. Alright. We have 3 main sculpts over here, so I'm just going to show you the 3 sculpts. Then we'll talk about the rules differences, because there's no rules, there's just a card, but I assume that will cover what we need. They have a different tint to them, so different tint to these walkers, so you can see those. And then from there, let's go ahead and put these back away. And then okay, we got these, we got those, that's that. Let's open this. Berserker Walkers have the same targeting priority. You know what, I'm actually going to read this after I jab it open with a knife, because I feel that trying to do both at once could result in me getting stabbed. Berserker Walkers have the same targeting priority, can only be eliminated with melee actions. Okay, so we've seen this before. They are still affected by game effects, eliminating all zombies. Okay, so that's the main thing. The main thing is it's melee only. I'll still take it. I'll still take it. I like the additional challenge, even if they're not super interesting, but anything that is different from the base walkers is an improvement to me in the flexibility and variety that you can have. And honestly, I assume, I haven't checked, but I assume if these systems are compatible, that you can throw in things like the wolves from the base game and just say, hey, here are wolves from the base game. Climber Terracotta Walkers. Okay, so we got some more Terracotta Walkers over here, but these are climbers. I assume that means that they can climb the battlements a lot easier, making your life a lot more difficult. I like that, especially with battlements being a key factor in this particular version of Zombicide. Anything that can mess with that, that's a nice threat. It's kind of similar to the idea of having, like, you know, extra activations from wolves and stuff like that, but done completely and totally differently. Let's go ahead and cut the tape off these and then show you what we got. We have all 4 sides. No, we just got 2 sides. 2 sides of tape, and then let's talk about stuff. So, Climbers Terracotta Walkers, add Terracotta Walkers, same targeting priority, locate every zone with 1 to 4 Terracotta Walkers, then spawn Terracotta Walkers in each of these zones until there are 5. Oh, wow. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so there's Climbers and Terracotta Walkers. Was the other one not Terracotta? No, that was Berserker Walkers. Berserker Walkers are the last one. Terracotta Walkers, if you don't kill them, they immediately jump to 5. I love that. That's cool. So you have to kill all of them or they jump to 5. I like that. Climbers, they are basically going to cross ramparts, barriers, and ledges. So ramparts are from Wolfsburg. Oh, that's fun. And ledges are from green... They say ledges, but I think they mean hedges. This says they cross ledges. I think that's supposed to be hedges. I could be wrong. Maybe it's called ledges. Green Horde when moving. And barriers. Okay, the cross. So basically, they ignore ramparts, don't need stairs to climb on, and leave balance walkways. So they basically have a lot of ability to move around, which makes sense. They are climbers after all. Let's show you some of the miniatures over here, because we got 2 different types. We got the Terracotta Horde, and then we have the climbers. They both look fine as far as the miniatures and all that. We got a few sculpts. I'll show you. Do we have a few sculpts? I guess we do, yeah. So let's show you some climbers. So here are some climbers, 2 different sculpts. They might have more, but 2 stood out at first, so we're going to show you those. Okay, I like the color differences. That's nice for ease of identifying everything. We got at least 2 sculpts for these guys. There might be more. Yeah, there's more. There's a 3rd sculpt over here. Alright, so we got at least 3 sculpts for these guys. These are your Terracotta army. The sculpts look very similar, but there's some minor differences to them. But I like the color. It has a nice terracotta look to it, like that clay look, which I think they nailed that. So good on them. I assume that was intentional. If it wasn't, very happy coincidence. Good job on the coincidence, but I assume it was intentional. It's a nice, vibrant clay color, so I like that. Okay, that's your climber terracotta walkers. We got our basic walk. We got obviously zombies, walkers, runners, and grunts, or whatever they're called nowadays. Brutes. Then we have Berserker Walkers, we have Climbers, we have Terracotta Walkers, and then we have Crossfire Pack. These are going to be similar to your Deadeye Walkers, I assume. They shoot. That does provide a nice degree of threat. I still think things with extra activations are a nice thing to mix in. I like the idea of throwing in zombie wolves. I don't think it'd be crazy. I think throwing your zombie wolves into this game wouldn't be the biggest deal. Kind of makes me want to get another pack so I don't have to mix and match everything all the time, because that would, again, going back to my thing about crossover packs, the more you have to reach into other boxes to find stuff for your game, the more work and the less likely it's going to be. But I'm going to wait and see. I'm not going to buy zombie wolves right away, but I am open to buying another thing of Wolfsburg just to have zombie wolves for this game. Okay, we got two types. We got crossbow guards. Oh, these are guards. Oh, we got crossfire guards, and we have crossfire zombies. Guards are going to be things you can help. So guards are you have your team that can shoot into the zombies, and then we have deadbolt walkers, which are damage dealt. They do 2 damage to you. That's bad. No armor roll allowed. They are scary, so they got the crossbows. That makes sense. Which also makes sense because that way you can still use Deadeye Walkers, so you still have the ability to have things that are different than other stuff. Deadeye Walkers attack whenever they activate while having line of sight on a range 0 to 3. They perform a zombie attack. Okay, fine. So the main difference is no armor roll, and they do 2 damage. So they're basically scarier in that sense. Cool. Just a scarier Deadeye Walkers, which is nice. I'll show you some miniatures over here. Again, no major difference in sculpts, so I'm just gonna show you like one from each team. I'll show you the coolest one from each team. So we have your guards over here. And then we have your what's it called? Deadbolt walkers over there. So that's your differences as far as these guys. Slightly terracotta look to them, different color. They did a good job giving different colors to all the stuff, so they are easily differentiated on the table, assuming you are not painting them yourself. Although if you are painting them yourself, having some sort of color distinction is a good job. It's a good thing to do in general. Which brings us to our last box. Our last box, and we are finally done. This is going to be the Divine Beast, giving us 4 more abominations, which granted, you did get a lot already in the stretch goal box, which you saw in the first half of this video. But now you get to see the deadbolt, the 4 extra Divine Beasts, and see if I judge them to be cool enough or not. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. So far, the ones have not been that, they've been underwhelming so far. These are middlewhelming. Just looking at this right now, I'll say they're middlewhelming. I like the sculpts, but I'd say that I think 2 of them definitely feel like they are too small. And the other 2, one's decent, and then the 1 is nice. Okay, so it's okay. I guess larger miniatures are more expensive to make, which makes sense. Let's show you the small ones over here. The good sculpts. These are great sculpts. I like the sculpts a lot. Just the size of them is, got a little piece of fuzz over here I'm trying to get off, and it won't. Why won't this come off? It's like stuck to the table. There we go. Now it's stuck to the floor. Alright, so we got this guy over here. He's cool. He's cool. We got this turtle over here. Very thematic and cool. I like that. And then, nope, wrong divots. Then we have the medium. This is like more of a phoenix thing. I like the overall sculpt. It's nice. Nothing too crazy. And then lastly, we have this one, which I do really like. This one's very cool looking. Good sculpt, good sizing. This one has the, like, I wish they were all like this. They can't all be like it. I wish more were like this. This is a good size, great detail, very nice theme. I like this one a lot. So we are ending on a high note. Although there's still like no giant dragon. Although if you do want like a giant, very Asian themed dragon, you could go to Massive Darkness too and grab the giant Asian themed dragon. That feels a little out of place in that game, but feels very in place in this game. I assume someone put together rule sets or something. I honestly do assume that someone put together sets for how to utilize. Wait 1 second. 1 second. I'm realizing there's a possibility. Please be there. Please tell me that someone was smart enough to do this over here, because that stuff that brings it over from one to the other. Is this a one-directional pack? This is a one-directional pack. This is a one-directional pack. This brings your Zombicide stuff into Massive Darkness. It doesn't bring your Massive Darkness stuff into Zombicide, because I was hoping that they had that dragon, because they had dragons in Black Plague before, and so having that giant Massive Darkness dragon in Zombicide White Death feels like something that should have and could have been easy to do. But it's always easy to call things easy when you're not the one doing it. I will say that. Anyways, that is going to be your Zombicide White Death full unboxing. Part 1 for full-on chaos. Part 2, a little bit of chaos. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope to be playing this soon. I was hoping to play it, again, this is a few days later. I was hoping to play it 2 days ago. Didn't happen. And now, like, convention stuff is happening, travel's happening. I'm hoping to play it next weekend for me, which is probably, it might be, depending on when this video goes up, it might be next weekend for you too. But not this coming weekend. Next weekend. We'll see. We'll see. I have like stuff I'm trying to get done. A lot of different games to play. A lot of different things happening. I hope to play this next weekend currently. I basically finished the rules. I know what to do. Like, I skimmed a lot of it, but I know I paid attention to the parts that were obviously different. There are some parts that are obviously different. The rest I skimmed, so like I might be combining rules from Black Plague with rules from White Death. It should work. But that should happen soon. I also hope to play it with my kids too, because they haven't played a Zombicide game since Invader, and I think they'd like it. I think they'd like this. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. Thanks for sticking around for this, and as always, I hope you have a good one.